Say it again.
I said white lives matter too.
Right.
Not only black lives, both lives matter. All lives
Yeah,
matter.
but you do understand that when people say Black Lives Matter, they're not excluding white lives.
Well, I mean, it obviously sounds like
Some
that.
of the people who don't understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everybody, there's a lot of people that fell off the turnip truck. Especially society now. Young kids aren't learning nothing. They're going by what society dictates.
Well, let me ask you a question, right? If this were the 1960s, right? No, if this were the 1950s, and you see that tree over there?
Yeah.
If there was a black man hanging from that tree by his neck with his scrotum cut out,
Okay.
right? And there were some black people underneath his body
I'd help him.
saying, wait, if there were some black people under his body saying Black Lives Matter, would you get it then?
Yeah.
Okay, well then get it now, because it's the same thing that's happening. Wait, listen. Wait, listen. It is. Listen. No, it's not happening.
Yeah, it is.
It's not happening with you guys, but there are still like authorities. Like I was over there just filming,
Okay.
and an officer like grabbed my shirt.
I seen it.
I'm like, why are you grabbing my shirt? So, I mean, there are certain police officers.
My whole point is all lives matter, black, white, whatever.
But
all lives
But
matter.
you guys don't need to say that because by default,
And then it's
listen.
like
here's
a lot of people are coming from.
Ma'am, you got to listen to me very closely. Got to
A
listen.
lot of people are coming from fucking Detroit into Buffalo. Black lives.
But you got to
matter.
listen to me very
White
closely because
lives
you want to
matter, too.
understand it, right?
White lives matter too.
So the understanding is this, right? Is that by default, white lives matter. By default,
all lives matter.
black lives didn't always matter,
I mean, to me they do.
right?
Yeah. And
Okay,
I-
black lives didn't always matter, but white lives have always mattered. So there are instances now where black lives don't matter to some people.
I mean, they do.
Not
to
you
me.
guys.
I mean, they do to me.
But they're not chanting Black Lives Matter so that you can hear it. They're chanting it so that the people who think that Black lives don't matter can hear
a lot of
it.
people out here are Black Lives Matter. So do white people.
Wait, but
promoting
that's
the same thing that's going on without guns. You're sending a message out to people to keep creating the problems that are happening.
yeah, but
on both sides.
if there were just a number of black people here in this park and there were no white people around and they were all chanting Black Lives Matter, how would that affect you?
I'd be chanting white lives matter too.
No, but I mean, how would it affect you by a black person saying my life matters?
So does
Because
mine.
it does. So what?
How does it affect
And
you?
Tell me how it matters.
Piss me off.
But why does it piss you off?
Because
It's like
I mean, not only black
never gonna
lives,
change.
it's not only black lives matter.
I don't think.
White lives matter too.
do ants' lives matter?
Of course. Everything does.
But people step on them, right? So to some people, ants' lives don't matter.
Right.
Okay, so some people step on black people's lives. So black people need to stand up and say, like, dogs in this country are respected, their lives matter to people. People like have rallies and stuff if something happens to a dog, animal cruelty, so on and so forth. But when the police kill an innocent black person,
What about when
only black people
what-
stand
what
up
about
against
when
that.
White people get killed by fucking cops.
But you're not hearing me, ma'am. But that's okay. But thanks for your time. But you're right. All lives matter. You're right.
Exactly. All lives matter.
But I wish you guys would understand that, it's a little bit more pronounced on the black side because we need to say it. You guys don't.
Why?
Because by default, your lives matter.
So do yours.
Not by default.
Okay, take the default.
Who founded the United States? Did black people found the United States? Did they or didn't they?
Let me ask you a question.
Who
Let me give you
founded
an
this
example.
country?
Let me give you an
Who were the
example.
forefathers? White people or black people?
Okay, but listen.
Okay, well
Do you
then by
agree?
default, your lives matter.
Do you agree?
But when you guys founded this country, you made black people slaves.
Stop. That's where I'm not going to agree with you.
Okay,
I'm
well
not-
who made black people slaves?
Your own people sold you. Your own people sold you.
Yeah, but you don't have to
Your
buy-
own people, stop.
but you-
We don't have to buy.
But you could try to sell me a slave right now. I'm not going to buy
No,
one.
I may not be able to buy
'Cause
you
I
a
don't
slave,
believe
but if
in
I
it.
can buy you something that's going to be worth your while, you're going to buy it, my man.
I'm not into this.
That's the American way.
All right, man.
But at the end of the day, listen, no, don't walk away when I want
Okay,
to bring
go
up
ahead,
a
go
point
ahead.
to you.
Yo,
because
give me a hug.
listen, I grew up in South Buffalo. I
Okay.
grew up where black people weren't allowed in South Buffalo. Get them out of here. Don't let them live here. All this other stuff. And I never understood why. I never understood the hatred and the dislike. Okay? went to Lorraine Academy behind Mercy Hospital. As soon as they bust black people into that school, my parents moved me out of that school. So what's going on here? So with their dislike of maybe blacks or African Americans or whatever, made me really look at why people hate people of color or things like that.
Do you know why?
Yeah,
Why?
I know exactly why.
Why?
Because they fear what they don't know. People fear what they don't know. What does man do automatically all through history? They destroy whatever they fear. What they don't understand, they repress. Or
But
they
the
control.
only thing to understand is a skin color difference.
But on the same token, you have a lot of people in the black community that say, well, listen, white people are to blame for this, that, and the third. Granted, to an extent, people of stature and things like that, they take their personal opinion and they utilize that. And they create chaos to bring gatherings, to bring whatever else like that, to gain power, to gain strength. That's what they do. Hatred is a real good strength for
Can I get some of that?
So at the end of the day,
I'm only kidding.
my argument with people of color used to be this. When they used to look at me right away,
Do a shot with
listen,
me, buddy.
they'd be like, listen, you honky, you white, you cracker, this, that, or
I
a
don't
third.
drink.
I'm like, listen, you may say that white people enslaved you. Yes, we did. But it was a deal of a lifetime. Look at it, take away the color and look at it for what it is. Who brought you to us? Who sold you to us? Look at it like that. Your own people did that. So this inbred hatred, you need to understand if you're going to have any dislike or any passion for any kind of hatred. 'Cause I don't hate anything, I dislike it. Any hatred you may have, you have to understand where that hatred should be bred from. And then understand it. Once you understand something you hate, you won't hate it no more. You know what I mean?
All right, listen. I work